Financial independence. What it really takes. Most people will work until they're 67 and die 5 years later. That's not a financial plan. That's a tragedy. But here's the shocking part. Becoming financially independent isn't about making 6 figures or getting lucky. It's about 3 things nobody talks about. And if you nail these 3 things, you could retire decades early. I'm talking 35, 40, maybe 45 years old. I've spent the last 5 years studying people who actually did this. Not influencers selling courses. Real people who left their jobs early. And what I found destroyed everything I thought I knew about money. Let's get into it. The first thing you need to understand is your financial independence number. This is not complicated, but it changes everything once you know it. Here's how it works. Take your annual expenses, not your income, your actual spend, and multiply by 25. That's roughly your magic number. Let's say you spend 40 grand a year. Your number is $1 million. Spend 60 grand a year? Your number is 1.5 million. Spend 100 grand? That's 2.5 million. Why 25? Because the 4% rule says you can safely withdraw 4% of your investment portfolio every single year without running out of money. It's been tested across 100 years of market data. It works. So here's what most people get wrong. They try to hit some arbitrary number like, I need $1 million. No, you need to calculate based on your lifestyle. And here's the beautiful part. The lower your expenses, the smaller your number becomes. Someone spending 30 grand a year needs $750,000. Someone spending 80 grand a year needs 2 million. Same person, same income, wildly different timelines. This is why financial independence isn't about income. It's about the gap between what you make and what you spend. The second thing is understanding compound interest at a psychological level. Not just mathematically, emotionally. Let me show you why this matters using real numbers. Say you're 25 years old. You invest $500 a month into a Roth IRA in an S&P 500 index fund. That's $6,000 a year. By the time you're 35, you've only put in $60,000. But because of compound interest, you have roughly $80,000. The market made you an extra 20 grand while you slept. Keep going. By 45, you've put in 120,000. But now you have about 280,000. By 55, you've invested 180,000. You have nearly 700,000. And by 65, 240,000 of your own money has become 1.4 million. That's the magic. You didn't get rich fast, you got rich by starting early and being boring. But here's what trips people up. In years 2 and 3, compound interest feels like nothing. You're putting in money and the gains are tiny. People quit here. They think it's not working. It is working. You're just in the boring years. The magic accelerates in year 10, 15, and beyond. This is why a 22-year-old investing $300 a month will have more money at 50 than a 35-year-old investing $1,000 a month. Time is the cheat code. And you can't get it back. The third thing, and this is where most people fail, is controlling your lifestyle creep. You get a raise. You don't increase your expenses. You get a bonus. You don't increase your expenses. This is where the magic actually happens. But almost nobody does it. Here's a real scenario. You make $50,000 a year and spend $35,000. You save $15,000. Someone else makes $80,000 and spends $75,000. They save $5,000. Who reaches financial independence first? You do. By a landslide. The person making $80,000 feels richer. But they're not. They're actually further away from freedom. This is the uncomfortable truth. Financial independence isn't about the absolute numbers. It's about the ratio. And controlling that ratio is 100% in your control. When you get that raise, bank it. You were fine living on your old salary. You'll be fine keeping living that way. When you get promoted, boost your 401k contribution. When you get a side hustle going, automate it into a Fidelity account and pretend it doesn't exist. The person who becomes financially independent isn't the one with the highest income. It's the one who stays humble while their income climbs. So here's what actually takes to get there. Calculate your number. Start investing early. And control your lifestyle while your income grows. That's it. No lottery ticket. No crypto moonshot. No influencer shortcut. Financial independence is available to anyone making a decent income. But it requires discipline for years while nobody's watching. And I know that sounds boring. But the freedom on the other side? That's everything. If you're ready to take this seriously, subscribe. We go deep on the actual mechanics of building wealth every single week. You've got this.